This episode of The Casual is brought to you in part by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to all the marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace delivers it in an all-around package so you can build an easy, streamlined, and beautiful online presence. Fashion enthusiasts around the world know what the L is, at least in my generation, and many of us have received our fair share, but the industry itself is not immune from bumbling things so ridiculously that they deserve all the L's thrown at them as well. I'm your boy Reggie Casual, and here are the 10 biggest L's of the last decade. An impossible list, I might add, but we're gonna do it anyway. Let's get it. In theory, the advent of Nike's sneakers app was a wonderful thing. All major and limited releases were going to be chosen at random in an application. Great, until people learned how to game that too. All the bots, the multi-accounts, the cook teams, all of it was responsible for handing out more L's than anything in the last 10 years. For that reason alone, it deserves a spot well deserved on this list. Let's be real, Ye has been a winner most of the decade, but he had some bumps along the way. No matter what side of the fence you're on with Kanye, be that fan or non-fan alike, him going headfirst into politics, ranting about slavery, and causing seemingly unnecessary controversy wasn't a good look altogether. And it all started in 2009, really, when he went to town on Taylor Swift at the VMAs. We knew then old Kanye was gone and controversy Ye was here to stay. Again, the man is certainly a winner and he's absolutely entitled to his opinion and to voice his opinion, but because his influence is so vast, it caused far too much friction among fans to ignore. From $500 sneakers to absolutely nothing, probably the biggest fall from grace was the ambitious Big Baller brand led by LeVar Ball. LeVar's overconfidence cost him a business and nearly cost him a relationship with his eldest son. Not to mention, Lonzo Ball's time in the league has been less than the hype he has received. And LeVar's second son couldn't even shake it in the NBA draft, which means all the balls got exposed. Outside of LaMelo, because that boy got skills. Nonetheless, Big Baller brand took a few well-earned L's. Plus, again, their shoes were $500. Who really took the L in the case of Anti-Social Social Club? The people who bought it never got their orders, or the brand itself for revealing itself to be a blatant cash grab riding off the back of a very influential network. The result led to streetwear no man's land where Anti-Social Social Club is still around doing questionable collabs in Japan, no less, serving itself to a populace that has no idea that those out west are just as likely to avoid that same brand like the plague. Nike is so lucky they have big pockets, duffel bags, because the loss of Kanye West would have crippled any other brand. They didn't want to pay that man royalties, and he switches to Adidas, and for a 2.5-year period makes Adidas the most popular sneaker brand on the planet, bar none. Luckily, Nike got their act together, copied Adidas' strategy, and put more money behind different designers and celebs, resulting in some of the most sought-after collabs of the decade. But they still deserve an L for not reading the tea leaves. And speaking of Adidas, what's going on? What is going on? For 2.5 years, you were the most popular lifestyle brand. Easy. Now we have no clue what makes you special outside of Y3 and Ye and sometimes Pharrell. And that's it. Sure, you're making money. That's great. But meanwhile, Swoosh McKenzie has a hot drop every other week, making it relevant. We just want more effort is all. We don't have to buy all the sneakers. That's not the point. And the L is only because you had the W. They had the W. And then they just gave it away like they didn't want it. It's like, yo, it's too much. It's too much. That's Adidas. Between Gucci's whatever the hell this is to Dior's Savage and Dolce & Gabbana's own Chinese Pizzagate, high fashion brands took major L's in the cultural sensitivity market. Even if you don't care and think people are overreacting, getting triggered and all that, you have to know people were going to overreact to some of the nonsense that hit the market. Also, for the record, just so we put this in time, slave sandals. Slave sandals. Slave sandals. This is slave sandal. We're all asking the same question. Where's Gosha? Where is Gosha? We all know Gosha discontinued his work on his eponymous label, But his fiasco in the DMs of an underage fan slash potential model slash Chris Hansen coming out behind the curtain episode really did a number on the designer's image, to the point where he's noticeably quiet. Sure, he may be hard at work doing his thing, but this is a well-warranted L, even if he was caught up in something that was a bit suspect. That being said, you know better. You know better. That's all I gotta say. You know better. Yeah, guys, Forever 21 is gone. Finito. Done. Ended. Crazy, right? Like, let's be real, the last decade hasn't been nice to fast fashion, period. But not a lot of them lost a whole company. One of the strongest, fastest growing fast fashion brands went from everything to nothing. It ain't nothing funny about losing a company, and you hate to minimize it, but losing a company that could have been saved if it was just better managed, that stings, especially since the backstory was so amazing. It's like the American dream story turned right into an American nightmare. Therefore, this loss is more than just an L. It's a shame. And if anybody took the biggest L in the last decade, it has to be hypebeast. That's right, those who bought overpriced, now unwearable pieces because they wanted to impress their hypebeast friends and be fashion forward. To be fair, we need hypebeasts. We need individuals so fanatical about fashion. That's to keep the brands alive, but we also need them to start their fashion journeys to move beyond the hype. But that's much harder now due to the fact that Instagram, looking wealthy and fitting in is far more important than being yourself. Just be yourself, dog. It's okay to be you. But hey, you got that gold-digging girlfriend, maybe, or you got X amount of followers on Instagram, so in the end, it was all worth it, right? Even if you can't see the likes anymore. It's gotten so bad that a large faction of former hypebeasts have migrated to becoming more seekers of style, which is a good thing and the natural progression. So while hypebeasts get the biggest L, there is hope that some of them will turn out to be some of the dopest fashion heads on the planet in this next decade. And that's the 10 biggest L's in fashion for the decade. Honorable mentions do go out to Kim Kardashian for Kimono, Nike for Betsy Ross, Adidas for All White Sneaker History Month, and Under Armour for releasing nurse shoes for Steph Curry. Just to name a few, but it's all in good fun, and the next 10 years should be pretty damn amazing, but we are almost certainly gonna have some bumps along the way. So let us know what you think. What did we miss? What can you add? Whatever, let it be known in the comments. But before you do that, let's get in a word from our sponsor, Squarespace. Don't forget to check out our partner Squarespace for your next website or business venture. You can get a free trial plus 10% off once you start simply by using our link in the description. That's squarespace.com/thecasual. And Squarespace will get you started fast with easy to use templates, analytics, email marketing, and even Instagram shop integration for you power users out there. We use Squarespace on our site and the transition was easy, painless, and worth it. So again, use our link, squarespace.com/thecasual to get started today. All of that, give a thumbs up if you like the video, follow on Instagram for the latest, but most importantly, keep it locked right here for all of your info on international street fashion and culture. From Tokyo, it's your boy, and keep it casual. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. And I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm out. I forgot to say I'm out. Whatever. You guys know what the end of the video is. You know.